Good morning, Elasmere boys. Welcome to the first class of Geography in class 9. Today we are going to start the new chapter, the first chapter, Earth as a Planet. I know many of you might not have book now in this pandemic situation. So I will send a PDF as well as the video link so that you can revisit it and can read the whole chapter at home only. We will start with the very first chapter as Earth as Planet. As you can see in the screen, it is a big Earth. We are taking the picture from the space. This picture defines basically the shape of the Earth. In the old days, the Earth was considered to be a flat disk with steep edges. It was also thought that all heavenly bodies revolved around the Earth. Okay? But Aryabhatta, the famous Indian astronomer, however, believed that the Earth was spherical in shape and rotated on its axis. In Europe, the Greek philosopher Pythagoras and Aristotle were the first to state that the earth was spherical in shape. There was considerable opposition to the idea in those days. Today, we can convince with many evidences that the earth is spherical in shape. Okay? Let's look out one of these evidences. First, we will see for the sunrise and sunset. The fact that the time of sunrise varies from place to place on the earth proves that the earth is not a flat disk. If the earth were flat, all places on the earth would have sunrise and sunset at the same time. But as we know, it does not happen like that. Sunrise and sunset timing varies from one location to another location. Sighting of a ship. As one observer observes a ship coming towards a port, the smoke of the ship is first noted. Later, the tunnel and the mast of the ship are seen. Finally, the hull of the ship comes to the view. This shows that the ship sailing on the sea level has a curved surface. If the earth were a flat disk, the entire ship would be seen even from a far distance. So we can say always that the earth has a spherical shape. Let's look at some other points like lunar eclipse. When a lunar eclipse occurs, the shadow of the earth falls on the moon, and this shadow is always circular. If the earth were flat, the shadow would not be spherical. Only a spherical body can cast a spherical shadow. All heavenly bodies like sun, moon and other planets appear spherical in all positions. Therefore, we can say the earth and the other heavenly bodies must be in spherical shape. Let's look at some other options. Evidence of Earth's spherical shape. As I have discussed, the first point, which is mast of a ship, is the first to appear over the horizon when it's traveling towards you, the last to disappear when it's traveling away. As ships travel towards the North Pole, the Polaris, which is the North Star, appears to rise higher in the sky each night. Apart from that, the altitude of Polaris above the horizon is the same as the latitude of the observer. As I said the last point, that during the lunar eclipse, the Earth's shadow that cast on the moon is the shape of the arc or a spherical part. Okay. Let's look some other points. There is an experiment, very important, noted as the Bedford Canal experiment. It is an experiment conducted many years ago along the Bedford Canal area in Britain. The water level of the canal provided the base of measurement. Their poles were fixed at intervals of about 5 kilometers, such that the poles would rise to the same height above the level of water in the canal. As you can see in the picture of the canal, how the three poles are being fitted together, A, B and C. So, what happened when a telescope was placed in such a way that the top of the pole A was in the line with that of the pole C, it was found that the line of sight was intersecting the middle pole B. This would not happen if Earth were flat. The middle pole B appeared higher due to the curvature of the Earth. So, middle pole is apparently higher. As you can see, if there is curvature, the middle pole is higher. If there would have not been a curvature, the middle pole would have been a flat one. Okay. This is the Bedford Canal experiment. Effects of gravity. The weight of a substance is related to the effect of force of gravity on that substance, as we know. It is found that an object weighs nearly the same at all places on the earth. This means that the force of gravity is nearly equal at all places on the surface of the earth. This can be possibly only if the earth is a sphere. Okay? Only if the earth is a sphere, only then it is possible. Let's look some beautiful aerial photographs and satellites. The most clinching evidence of spherical shape of the earth is obtained by these photographs taken from space. Picture taken by satellite show the spherical shape of the earth. The astronauts have taken pictures of the earth from the moon showing its spherical shape. Artificial satellites has been sent into space to put in the orbit on the assumption that the earth is a spherical. The calculation have proved correct, and the space probes of other planets of solar system have provided valuable data. Now, we have enough evidence that the earth is a spheroid. The shape of earth is a spheroid. Now, this earth shape does not completely called as spheroid. It is called as an oblate spheroid. Why it is called as oblate spheroid? Because the earth is flattened at the pole and bulges at the equator. Consequently, this unusual shape has been more aptly described as an oblate spheroid. As you can see in the diagram, the equator, the earth's diameter is 12,756.3 kilometers, while at the poles the diameter is 12,714 approx, giving difference of 42 kilometers. This is the result of the centrifugal force created by the rotation of the earth. The equator remains a circle. In fact, it is the greatest circle in terms of measurement. On the other hand, if a cross section is made, then we can get to see it would be an ellipse rather than a circle. However, the difference between them is very negligible. when it compared to the whole size of the earth. So we can say that the earth shape is often described as a term called geoid, Geoid, which means literally earth shaped or oblate spheroid. Now, this shape, size, and the measurement of the earth, who did that and how that happens? There is a small story associated with it. As it says, the earth has an average diameter of about, you can see over here, which is 5000 stadia. Okay. The size of the measurement of the earth has been possibly attempted by philosopher called Eratosthenes. He found that on 21st of June, a place called Sin in the Egypt, the sun rays reached at the bottom deep well at 12 noon. This indicates that the sun rays were vertical at Sin at the time of the dawn. On the same day, the Alexandria near the Nile Delta, the angle of the inclination of the sun, noon, was 7 degree 12 minute away from the vertical. As you can see in the picture, the distance between the Sin and Alexandria found to be 5000 stadia. So the stadium is an Egypt unit measuring the distance is equivalent about 185 meter almost. Okay. So while doing this calculation over there, we can find that this works about almost 40,000 kilometer. So considering the instrument that used to measure the angle and the distance were quite simple in that days. So approximately the closure value of the total size of the earth, we can find it out as 40,000 kilometer. Okay. So this is just for a knowledge of yourself. There is hardly any question comes from this experiment, which is the size and the measurement of the earth. But whatever the previous detailed we have gone through, question comes from there. We will discuss it slowly by slowly. This is the end of this part of the chapter. We are left with some section which we'll cover in the next video. Till then, I keep saying, in this pandemic situation, stay at home, keep washing your hand with hand sanitizer and soap or any medicated thing, and please study at home, maintain social distancing. Thank you very much.